Hi, I'm Brianna Gaisley, along with Mariah Wolf. We're enrollment representatives with Agrace. Every day, we meet with people who, like you, are faced with the possibility that a loved one is ready to start hospice care.
Most people we meet don't have any experience with hospice, and they aren't sure what to expect. They're concerned, they need information, and they want to be there in person the first time we meet with their loved one.
But sometimes it's hard for family members to make it to the enrollment visit, especially on short notice. Then they have a dilemma. Should they ask Agrace to wait until they can be there, or should they let the discussion start so their loved one can get support sooner? It's a tough choice.
In the next few minutes, we'll try to help with that dilemma. We'll take the mystery out of the first visit from Agrace by answering a few common questions that people have.
We believe that people who are ready for hospice can benefit very much from starting care as soon as it's available. Ideally, that means within a day or two after they are referred to Agrace for care. Once patients start hospice care, their families often tell us they wish they had started sooner.
I'm ready to listen.
Please know that it's okay for you to attend the first visit by phone. Just let the Agrace representative who sets up the appointment know how to reach you. For the first visit, an Agrace nurse and a representative, like us, will see your loved one at home, wherever they currently live. We'll talk about their illness and review their medical information. We'll talk about what is most important to them and the rest of the family going forward.
Based on what we learn, we'll make a recommendation about whether now is the right time for hospice support. If hospice is recommended, we'll offer to walk through the enrollment paperwork. If hospice is not recommended, we'll explain why. And we'll talk about other choices, such as a palliative care consultation.
One question families often ask at the first visit is, how will we pay for hospice? Some people worry that if they accept hospice support, it will burden their family with medical bills.
The good news is that Medicare pays for hospice support. And for people who are not on Medicare, Medicaid and most commercial health plans also include a hospice benefit.
Agrace will contact your insurance plan to confirm what benefits are offered so that we can come to the enrollment visit prepared to explain to your loved one what we have learned about their coverage. When a person doesn't have insurance for hospice care and doesn't have another way to pay for their care, Agrace can offer financial help. Patients take comfort in knowing there will not be large hospice bills for their family to manage.
Another common question is, what does hospice support look like in my loved one's home? And how often would I expect the hospice staff to visit? There's no single answer to that question. Each person has different needs, so their hospice care is tailored to their goals and preferences. The hospice team is led by a nurse case manager. The nurse and the patient will decide on a visit schedule that meets the patient's needs and fits into their lifestyle. Agrace staff commonly visits several times a week, but we can come less often if that's what your loved one prefers. Our patients remain in charge of their care.
During a visit from Agrace, the caregiver will check on the patient medically and emotionally. We'll teach the family or other professional caregivers how best to care for the person between Agrace's visits. We'll monitor their medications and arrange to deliver any medical equipment the patient agrees would be helpful.
Often, families want to know whether treatments, therapies, x-rays, and lab tests are available to someone who's on hospice support.
Each service is considered on a case-by-case basis. Some treatments and therapies do fit with hospice because they bring comfort by relieving pain or another symptom. We let patients and families know which services will and will not be paid for by Agrace as part of their hospice support.
Finally, some families may think things are going relatively well now, so why start hospice? By enrolling as early as possible, your loved one can have help with new symptoms as they occur, before they become more troublesome or painful. Agrace doctors and nurses are experts in comfort care. If there's a sudden problem, Agrace will come to visit your loved one right in their home, even at night.
Enrolling sooner gives your loved one time to get to know and trust their nurse and other members of their care team. It gives us time to explain what to expect down the road and to teach family or caregivers how to care for them between our visits. It's a way to get peace of mind when time is short. Remember, if you can't be present for our first visit, it's okay. You can be connected by phone during your loved one's enrollment visit, and you may always call Agrace with questions.
Thank you for making time for us today. We know that we can't answer all of your questions in just a few minutes, but we hope we have relieved some of your concerns about hospice support.